Hi, I'm Alisha Amnesia with Punk Majesty Clothing. If you've never looked at it, please check out punkmajesty.com. I'm making this video because we've been in quarantine in San Francisco now for over a week, and this week has reminded me of why I started my clothing line in the first place. So many of you, this is the first time that you've been holed up in quarantine. Some of us that have had health problems know what it's like. Anyway, so 5 years ago, doctors told me that I needed to stop talking. I was in pain. We couldn't figure out what was going on. My voice was very strained. And that was the weirdest thing to hear. Stop talking. How are you going to do that? I live alone. No one can speak for me. Thank God we have the internet and texting. But the first time that this actually happened to me, I had throat surgery when I was 19 years old. I had vocal polyps, like singers get. And after surgery, during the recovery, you can't speak for 2 entire weeks. That was crazy. I had to write on note cards. Anyway, that issue, vocal polyps, that can come back throughout your life. Due to vocal strain and being in loud places and having to talk over loud stuff. But that's actually not what happened to me 5 years ago. It took us 10 months to figure it out, but what it ended up being was my muscles in my neck learned a bad pattern, and my muscles were strangling my vocal cords, and that took 10 months to figure out. But anyway, at the time, what I did for work was I was a bartender at live music venues, and I was around loud music all the time, which I love. I designed my life to be around loud music all the time. That's all I've ever cared about. And my other job was doing PR for the Viva Las Vegas Rockabilly Weekend. And this would have been my 11th year doing that. And we had to cancel, and I'm really sad. I'm bummed that I'm going to miss everybody this year. What a bummer. Anyway, I wanted to share my story because I know a lot of people are going nuts in quarantine. But so the way that Punk Majesty started in the first place is I was told not to talk. I couldn't work. I didn't have any money. A lot of you are going through this right now, except for you can speak. So you can call someone on the phone. I couldn't do that for almost a year. And so I was going a little stir crazy. I started cleaning out my closets. I found a couple jackets that were kind of trash. I wasn't going to be able to sell them for anything. I never wore them. So I decided to experiment on them and play with them and customize them. And I've been customizing clothes since I was 14. In fact, I got kicked out of school for making a shirt that I spray painted. I was a big fan of The Cure, and it had Robert Smith. There was this video in the late 80s that he cut all his hair off. And it was a huge shock to me. And so I made this spray painted t-shirt that said Robert Buzzed. And it just meant that he had buzz cut his hair. But the principal of my school called me into his office and kicked me out because they thought buzzed meant I don't know, messed up on alcohol or something. And I explained what it was. They didn't care. And they made me leave school that day. But anyway, I've been doing my own DIY clothes forever. But I got busy with work and, only did something here and there for the last 20 years. And then all of a sudden I was stuck in my house with nothing to do. And I made a couple custom jackets and I shared them on Facebook. And I got a really positive response from people. They were saying that people would buy that for a lot of money and you should make these. And as a DIY punk, my first response was, no, I don't want to make clothes for other people. This is for me. I don't want anyone else to look like me or have what I have. But a lot of people encouraged me, and it ended up sinking in, and I listened. So now I've been doing this art clothing line, punk stuff, in a different way than what I've seen other people do. I haven't seen anybody else doing exactly the suit jackets that I do. And it all came about because I was in my house trying to stay positive and trying to stay busy. And the first jacket I made said, I don't care. And that could be taken negative or positive, but for me, it was positive because I don't care gives me all of the power. Nothing you say or do can affect me. I don't care. Things aren't working out for me right now. I don't care. Anyway, and the next one that I made said, the future is unknown. That's completely fucking true right now, isn't it? The future is unknown. Anyway, I just wanted to share with you how and why I started Punk Majesty in the first place. It was actually from a time period of my life that's like exactly what everybody's going through right now. We don't know what we're going to do next, but I can attest to this. It's going to be okay. Stay positive. And that's what my clothing line is all about, empowerment. That's why the suit jackets all say something empowering. Anyway, I just wanted to share my story with you guys. Stay strong and stay away from people.